Hello. Hello to everyone in this beautiful Facebook group. As you might have noticed, I have changed the branding, I have changed the name, I have changed the things. There's a lot of changes happening right now. It feels really aligned to me to help women go through what I went through and to help them just create incredible wealth without having to force. Really to no more forcing, no more trying to prove their worth, no more nothing like that. Just really coming in and being an energetic match and working with faith, working to unlock all of their limiting beliefs and everything like that, and really to maximize their impact, maximize the impact of women in insurance, because I find that it is so important. It is so important in this day and age where everything is so masculine energy driven. Everything is go, 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 go. We need to bring back that flow. We need to bring back that just manifestation, bringing everything to ourselves just because we did the work. And this is what I've been realizing for myself. So as you all know, I'm Christine. I'm an insurance broker here in Quebec, Canada. I've been doing this for 12 years. I started in my insurance journey as a chicken nugget, someone who was starting off. I had everything to prove, tried to prove my worth through my work, and I got really, really burnt out. I got in the space eventually where my body told me that it was enough and that I could no longer continue this way. I had to stop working. And I was talking with a client yesterday and I was saying, if I would have had the support, had the communities, had the people around me, had a place and mentors and coaches where I could have asked for help, asked for guidance, learn from their experience, everything would have gone so much quicker. I would have gotten out of there so much quicker. And as I always say, time is the most important resource to me, because it's non-renewable. It's not something that you can create. It is something that is just there. Money you can create, energy you can create, all of these things you can create, but time is non-renewable. So for me, time is the most important thing. And as I always say, I'd rather pay someone to get me there quicker to save time. I'd rather invest my money in myself. So that's one thing. Second thing, I've been hosting this this program, okay? So the 11-day transmission. I don't know how you guys have been liking it, but for me, it has been groundbreaking. Literally, I have been doing as much the work as you have been doing it. I've been contemplating these things as much as you have been contemplating them. I have written down my goals, my short-term, medium-term, long-term goals. I have written them down. I have looked at them. I have looked at what it is that I want my life to look like. And for me, that is the work is the work, we have to do the work. And as I always say, I'm not the coach for you, or I'm not the person for you if you want a quick and easy fix, something that a lot of people online promise things that really are just quick, easy fixes, but that work for a limited time. And then after that, you're faced with the same problems of having to do the inner work. I'm not that coach for you. If you're looking for a quick solution to just increase your sales without having to do the work, without having to actually look into all your subconscious beliefs and all these things, I'm not the coach for you. If you are, however, looking into really zoning into your work, doing the things, doing all the things that you need to do, doing these contemplations, being ready to actually journal things out, being ready to have conversations, being ready to look at the unsexy work and actually uncover it and eventually move past it and eventually get insane sales and insane results and insane impact and just mind-blowing things. If that's what you're looking for, I am maybe the coach for you. So book a call. I'm offering free first like 30-minute calls as like, I call them alignment calls. So it's just to see if we're a good fit and if I can really help you. So yeah, so if you want to book a call, just DM me and we can do that. Okay, so day one, I came here and we talked about faith. We talked about having faith in the universe. We talked about having faith in God, having faith in everything that is happening around you, is happening for you. Then day two, I gave you some contemplations. I gave you some journaling prompts. I gave you some reflections to be done. Day number three, I gave you homework as well. I gave you, and this is like one of the most important parts, I gave you a goal of actually looking at your life and picturing it out and just picturing what you actually want. So short-term, medium-term, long-term goals, this can change over time. It's not something that is written down in stone and that you cannot change, but just having some clear direction of what it is that you want to create in your life is one of the most important things. Because if we don't know where we're going, like if we don't know what we want, if we don't know what we're working towards, then we're kind of stuck and we have nothing there. So today is going to be for people who've been following me for a while, or for people who've been in my world for a while. This will be a reminder to you. And for everyone who is new in this community, I really want you guys to try to anchor this in and try to claim it. As I always speak, I talk about God, I talk about faith, I talk about trusting that everything is working out for us. But I also want you guys to see it more as a picture, okay? So like, and I've talked about this many times, I've used many analogies, but I'm gonna just nail that belief back in because it's something that has served me so much in my career and it's served so many of my clients. So I'm going to be nailing this one. We're going to be hammering it and nailing it into your brain so that you really have the ideal picture of it and that you really understand the concept. So the concept, I'll be coming here and I'll be talking to you about the carrots. Okay, so we're planting carrots. We're planting carrots and just follow me. We're planting carrots and we're digging the little holes in the nice earth, and we've bought new earth so that the earth that we have is like mineralized and it has all of these good properties and is like a soil, like a really good soil, so that like the actual seeds that we're planting will be good. Okay. So we're doing all this thing, okay? So we're like gardening, we're taking the weeds out, we're doing all of these things, we're like just uncovering all the weeds, uncovering all the things, and we're taking that out and we're putting new earth. So if we go with like new soil, we're putting new soil, and then we're just making little holes and we're putting our little seeds, carefully putting our seeds into the soil, and then we're covering them back up with more soil, and we're going to be taking care of them and we're going to be watering them. Okay. If you were to do all of that, but then get really, really impatient and you would go and like dig out the seeds, like 10 minutes after. You've done all of this, you've like put everything down, like you've done all the work, you've put like all the soil, you've watered it, like, and then you wait 10 minutes and you're like, this is long, so I'm gonna go see if it's done something. So you take the earth out, like you take the seed out of the earth and you look at it and you're like, well, it hasn't moved, right? And then you put it back and then you cover it again and you put some more water and then you put it in the sun because you want it to grow. So you put it back in the sun and you look at it and then like 10 minutes later again, you unearth it and you dig it back up and you look at the seed and nothing's changed. Nothing's changed once more. And then you do that again and 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 you don't trust the process. What do you think's going to happen? If you do all of these beautiful steps, you do all the steps, but then you don't trust the process, you don't trust that it's like the seed is doing what it has to do and it just needs time. What do you think is going to happen if you keep every 10, 30 minutes, an hour, you keep taking the earth out, looking at the seed, and then putting it back in without letting time do its thing? What do you think's going to happen? Do you think you're going to get carrots? Got news for you. You're not going to get carrots. You're not. But if you trust the process, if you put the earth, you chose like the best earth, you took all the weeds out, you took your little thingy and you clawed the earth so that it moved, and then you put some new earth in there and vitamins and all of these things, and you put your little seed, and then you put more earth on it, and then you put it in the sun and you water it every single day. It'll take a couple of days, but eventually you'll see a sprout. That's the same thing with your life. It's the same thing with your life. We do not see it happening, so we don't think it is. Since we do not see it, we do not think that it is all working out. It comes back to the same exact thing. If you keep just looking at it and just not trusting that it's happening, what do you think's going to happen? Nothing's going to happen. If you keep changing your mind all the time, if you keep changing your strategy, if you keep changing the way that you're acting up, if you keep changing everything and you don't trust the process, you don't do the work around it, you don't nourish your seed, you don't nourish it with water and vitamins and like sun and all of that, if you do not do that, and if you're not patient enough to hold the pressure of not knowing and not being 100% sure that it is working under the soil, if you can't hold that, you'll never get the sprout. You'll never get the carrots. And my mentor uses the popcorn analogy. She uses the popcorn analogy, and she uses the same thing. She says, okay, if we put a bag of popcorn, like let's say, usually a bag of popcorns takes about 2 minutes in the microwave. So if you put the bag of popcorn in the microwave and you put it for 10 seconds and then you open the microwave, nothing happened. And you know, like the little grains of popcorn, they start popping around the 1 minute, like 1 minute mark around. So if you continue putting the popcorn, and then you put it 10 seconds and you open it, and then you put it 10 seconds and you open it, and then you put it 10 seconds and you open it, and then you put it 10 seconds and then you open it, you will never get popcorn. You will never get a whole bag of popcorn. The reason why is you're not letting the pressure build. You're not letting it do what it has to do. It has to build. It has to, you know, you're not trusting the process. You're not trusting that eventually there will be popcorn. And this is the same thing with the carrots. It's the same thing with the popcorn. And it's so important because it's the same thing with your life. If you do not trust the process, if you cannot trust that it is all working out for you, if you cannot trust that blindly, like you know that no matter what is coming your way, no matter what is happening, it is all part of your becoming. If you do not believe that, you're going to have a really, really hard time. You're going to have a really, really hard time because you're not able to hold that pressure. The timing is not yours to decide. The timing is God's. We don't know what is happening in the quantum field. We don't know what is happening in the divine field. We don't know. And it is all preparing. But when you have ultimate faith, when you know 100% sure that it is going to bring you carrots, that if you just nourish the seeds, if you just take care of it, if you just nurture, and you know, eventually you'll get what you want. But you don't just give up. You don't just look at the seed. You don't just take the earth out and look at the seed, and then take the earth out and look at the seed, and then take the earth out and look at the seed, and take the earth out and look at the seed, and not give it the time that it needs to actually grow. You don't do that like for many times and then just look at the seed and say, well, fuck this. This seed is wrong. I'm going to throw it out and start over. It's the same thing with your life. You can't give up on what you want. you can't give up on what you're feeling inside is what you want. You want to help people. You want to have a beautiful life. You want to help people in insurance. You want to hold all the pressure. You want to do that. You want to have a really successful career. And I believe that it is possible for everyone to have a really successful career. I'm proof. I'm living proof of it. I did the work without it actually showing, without it actually coming to life. It took some time before it actually happened, before it actually showed up, before the actual results started showing up. It took time and it took belief. It took belief in myself and it took belief in God. It took belief that everything was working out for me. If this is resonating with you, if this is something that you're like, oh my God, I haven't been doing this. I've been planting seeds and then looking at them and like just taking the earth out and looking at them and not believing that it's happening. If your belief system is not very, very strong and able to hold that pressure of not seeing it, we've got work to do. We've got work to do, because when you get to that place, and I swear to God, I have made the most sales in my whole entire career in last month. Last month, I sold $335,000 in commercial premium. It was insane. This month, I'm on a roll to like a $200,000 month. It's insane. There's so much there. But it's because I did the work. It's because I'm able to hold the pressure. It's because when I see that I feel that it's not working, I trust that it is. It's because when there's something that's presented to me and that seems in the moment like shit, I still take it on as this is part of the journey. I've mastered this belief. I've taken the time to study this and to master it and to unearth every single, just decode every single belief that was telling me that I was not capable of doing these things. And it is happening as magic. I'm not forcing, I'm not doing more, I'm not working more, I'm actually working less than what I was before. I'm able to work less in my job. I'm able to make more results, and I'm able to actually come on these calls and do my life's work of coaching people to help them go and just help them get to this point. So if this is something that you're like, I really want to master this because I kind of have this feeling that this girl, what she's telling me it might be the thing that I've been missing. If that's what you're feeling, book a call. It's free. 30 minutes. Calls. Free. Or DM me and we'll have a conversation. Remember, it is over time. It happens over time. And the timing is not your responsibility. The timing belongs to him. He's the one who decides the timing. Your only job is to trust that it will happen exactly as it's supposed to be happening for you. So you've got a lot to contemplate. I would love for you guys to look inside your life. Where have you been digging up your seeds? Where have you been digging up the seeds that you've been planting? Because you're impatient, because you're looking at it and you're scared, because you don't think that it's working, because you feel shame that it's not working fast enough, because you've told people. And this is me, okay? I'll be very real here. I felt shame for so long doing certain things and telling people, okay, I'm going to be doing this and that and this and that. And then I would get really impatient because it wasn't happening. And then I would get really, really into my head and I would get in a really shameful place of okay, why is this not happening? Why? I told people that it was going to happen and now it's not happening. So what am I going to do? And I felt like like a failure and this and that. And I felt so much shame. I felt shame. People would ask me, hey, so how's this and that? And I would be like, yeah, I'm still working on it. And the belief would be like slowly crumbling out until I worked on this, until I did the work around it, to be able to hold that conviction, to be able to hold the fact that it's not showing yet, but it will eventually. I know it will. Might not show exactly how I want it necessarily, but it will. It will eventually happen. So if this really is resonating with you, first and foremost, I want you guys to look at your life, where it is that you have been impatient, where it is that you've been feeling shame, where it is that you've been looking at it and you're like, I'm kind of not believing that this is going to happen for me. Because as I always say, awareness is number one. When we become aware of our patterns, when we become aware of what we're doing, when we become aware of the things that we've been sabotaging with, when we become aware of those, that's the first step to actually becoming, moving past it. Is the first step of actually getting past that pattern, is becoming aware of it. If you're not aware, you're not aware. If you're not aware, your subconscious is running the show. You're not aware of it. But when you become really aware, when you ask yourself these questions, when you look at these lines and you're like, where have I been doing this in my life? Where have I been doing this in my career? Where have I not trusted that it's all working out, even when it doesn't show? Ask yourselves those questions. If you'd like to go deeper into this, if this is something that's really calling you and you're like, oh my God, I think I have so much work to do here, and and you really value your time like I value mine, get a coach, get someone to help you move past it, have a conversation, share in the community, do the things, do the work, be ready to do the work, and book a call. Because they're free, and then we'll see if it's possible for us to work together. Anyways, so I'm gonna wish you guys a beautiful day. I'm gonna upload this to YouTube and put it into the guide section. I will be coming back tomorrow with more exercises, more things that we're going to be looking into, more development, more transmissions. There's going to be so much more to come. I'm really, really excited. Please write in the comments where it is that you've been, call yourself out. Call your own bullshit out. Do it. Call your own bullshit out. Then you won't have a choice but to face it. And if you're not comfortable writing it in the group, write it to me directly. You can write it to me. At least you're going to call yourself out. Or just write it in a journal if you don't even want to share it. No problem there. Oh my God, I'm so excited for what's to come. I'm so excited for what's to come in this community. There's so many beautiful things happening in my life right now. There's hard things, but there's beautiful things as well. There's things that have been very, very challenging in the last couple of weeks, and there's things that have been so expanding. And I know that it's all part of the journey because I have faith. I have faith that everything's happening for a reason. Everything is happening for me and not to me. And it's the same for you. So have a beautiful day, guys, and we will see each other tomorrow.